Formula 1 arrived in Belgium for round number 6 of the 2020 season. The main news was that Williams, Carlsberg, SAS and Renault have once again exploited the loopholes. As the three teams did last season, they exploited the loopholes in the sachet department to reduce the amount of weight that their sachets has compared to everybody else's. This would mean that they would be able to go fast in a straight line, and Williams said that this would be the momentum to take them closer to the World Championship. Though suspiciously, Red Bull were also turned up with a similar looking upgrade, although they denied that this was the same loophole. Meanwhile at Williams, they were hoping that their new fuel to build on their new fuel partnership, especially as this fuel would be used in their new Extreme E campaign next year. And lastly, Carlos Sainz made his debut for Carlsberg SAS, with Pascal Wehrlein stepping aside after resolving his legal dispute without payment of wages. McLaren to the grid now, and Alonso takes pole, and Peter Humps once again is alongside him, those two usually on the front row. Front row 3 is all Renault for once, and Gasly getting the best of his more experienced teammate in the form of Daniel Ricciardo. He starts P4. Row 3 comes the other teammate. Sergio Perez starts ahead of Carlos Sainz. Sainz still getting used to the car and is some way off in 6th place. Outside the top 6, Max Verstappen starts in 7th. Valtteri Bottas, great result for him. He starts down in P8th. Hopefully he can retain that position. He's had poor luck this season. Row 5 sees Vettel get ahead of Leclerc. Red Bull man hoping to move forward. Lewis Hamilton starts outside the top 10, 3 choice of tyres in 11th. Nico Hülkenberg will hope that his Red Bull will be able to power him to 12th, from 12th up into the points. Norris starts 13th ahead of Giovinazzi in 14th, both of them looking to move further up the order to score more points this season. De Vries starts 15th, good job for the Jaguar driver, ahead of Stoffel van Dorn in the Aston Martin Brabham car. Giotto starts 17th. Raikkonen had a 5-place penalty for changing his gearbox for McLaren, unfortunately, wearing it out. And on the back row of the grid is Farocco and Magnussen. And that is it for the grid. Now it's time for the race of the day's Belgian Grand Prix. Well, hello everyone, welcome back to another video of Final Fantasy Formula 1 2020 edition. Today we are doing round number 6 for the Belgian Grand Prix. If you missed any of the previous episodes in this series, I recommend you go and check them out. And of course, if you're looking for something to binge watch over New Year's, then Season 3 is also available on the channel. But yes, to Belgium. This is a track that we narrowly managed to win ahead. I think it was Sainz in the Red Bull last year. No, it wasn't Sainz. It was Verstappen, I think. I can't remember, but it was a Red Bull, and I remember it's only early this year, I know, but we managed to squeeze into the lead. Hopefully this time we can do it. We're on the second row, so that will be good. Means that we don't have our pole unlucky streak.
Okay, La Source is always pretty tight, but we've got a clear run. Remember the runoff if you need it.
Thanks, Jeff. I will remember the runoff. Hopefully we don't. Hopefully we can get a good start that we did in Britain. The race forecast is going to be exactly the same. The sun might come out to play in the second half, but to be honest, it's going to be a one-stop moving from softs to hards. I mean, that's pretty much the thing. Yes, I'd love to be on soft and mediums, but I don't know. We'll see. If we can extend the stint, that'll be like lap 9, because the tyre wear will be absolutely horrendous. Lap 9, 10. Then we'll go for mediums, but if not, then we'll stick to the hards. It depends on how far we go. Williams, as we know, have worse tyre wear, so hopefully we can get ahead of them by doing one less stop 5 red lights. Go! And it's a great start once again. We are making 2 great starts in a row. That's a very rare thing on my channel. This time, although Alonso moves off the start at the same time as us, we're going to try and go round the outside of this Spaniard. He doesn't move that. The 2 Renault cars are fighting once again behind us. I believe that Ricciardo tried to go outside the side of Gasly and didn't manage to make it in, and moving up to now the Kemmel Straight now. We're in the slipstream of Alonso. No DRS yet, but nevertheless this is actually good news. I'm not sure if he's in rich mix or not. If he was, I imagine he'd be halfway up to the Netherlands, but you go down the inside and take away P1. So aero and Sashi department on the Williams, not that great, although they have, and you can see the straight line, they're able to come back. Though the Renault car engine in the back of this Carlsberg SAS is not actually that bad. It's a great car. You can see that Sergio Perez is has got a bit of a trolley train behind him, along with our teammate Carlos Sainz and the Mercedes Valtteri Bottas, who's head of the Ferrari. And you can see we're going through the field. You can see there's Verstappen and Vettel, and then Leclerc, and then Hamilton's dropped back a bit to the outside of the top 10, moving to lap 4 now, and Ricciardo, who's ahead of his teammate now, he's going to head of Fernando Alonso now and up into P2. But Renault this year, I don't know what it is with Renault, but with Ricciardo, he goes on to as soon as he goes on to a harder compound, that's it, his pace just evaporates. You see here that Carlos Sainz also at the same time making a move at the same time.
Strategy is available on the MFT.
Okay, new strategy from Geoff there. He thinks that as I was saying earlier, he thinks that there's the tyre wear's I think the tyre wear's will be up to like 50-60% maybe, but that is nowhere near punchy territory. We can take this and do the one stop from soft to mediums. Unfortunately the Williams can't, they're already in. I presume they're going to go on to another set of softs and then complete the race on a set of mediums, I reckon. And behind us also, now squabbling over to P2, Pierre Gasly comes back at Ricciardo and he moves into P2. So both the Renaults are doing that. Sainz hasn't really is sorting the free air, and then Alonso is now back into this sort of gaggle of cars with Verstappen, Bottas and co. That's where he's fall back to. Here's Carlos Sainz. He's moving a couple of laps later now, and I'm not sure if Geoff's trying to do the same for Sainz, but we take the lead, and it's a Carlsberg SAS 1-2. You can see there's a couple of laps later now. We got a whole gaggle of people trying to force through it, including Gasly and Alonso. Ricciardo has lost out again. Gasly's got to stop again. I presume they're all going to have to stop again. Moving to lap 9, we're in the pits for our one and only stop. There was a Red Bull coming through. The 2 McLarens have already started on the medium tyres. I think Raikkonen is ahead of Norris. Can we get ahead of the McLaren? There's a gap there, so can't get ahead of. Hopefully we can get ahead of both of them. Of course, when we got this weird and this different entry, we're going to slot in behind in P2, so that's not bad. Although I think Gasly is just there, and he's going to have a go on Norris in his warm mediums, down the inside and up into P3. Gasly, of course, has to make the most of it, otherwise he's not going to be ahead of the Brit when he makes his pit stop. We're going to have a look now at Kimi Raikkonen. Although he goes into the pits, we're going to get DRS down this first straight at least, so it doesn't really make much difference. Moving on to lap 11. Though Gasly is right with us now. He has definitely made that undercut work, but he has to stop again. We're going to the end of the Grand Prix, and that is the difference this afternoon between the Renault and ourselves. Because although Gasly may go past, Gasly will actually probably go past here, to be fair, he needs to gap us by 20 seconds. And the Renault, although probably better on those tyres. He's going to lock up as well, which is not going to help his performance. He's going to be faster on those soft tyres compared to us on our mediums, but he's not going to have the thing. And not only that, he hasn't got far enough away from us. The 4-lane lap moving to lap 12, back down the Kennel Straight. We're going to have DRS and rolls reverse. We're going to dive it down the inside, hit the curving there, or accidentally going into his path a little bit, but he does give us the room. Fair play. And we do give him more room as much room as I could do as soon as through the exit of that corner, but Gasly stays well away, and he moves back down to second place. Meanwhile, behind Carlos Sainz, he unfortunately won't be able to do his one stop because he's been battling with the Ferraris and Mercedes of Hamilton and have got front wing damage. That's bad news for our teammate, so he's dropped him outside the points. We've got Sebastian Vettel, who seems to be got ahead of Daniel Ricciardo. I said Ricciardo fades as soon as he goes on to medium tyres. He starts to fade, and actually seeing it's the other Red Bull now of Nico Hülkenberg. Ricciardo actually decides it's enough of this and comes into the pits. Moving again, unfortunately, poor Fernando Alonso is going to get overtaken again by Pierre Gasly. Gasly goes around the outside of the Spaniard. Meanwhile, Antonio Fuoco here, I think he's on the hard tyres, doing the one stop, as most people are. It started outside the top 10, but I think actually his teammate there is out of the race. Coming through for the last lap, and finally getting our first victory this season, and our first victory on the channel in quite a while. It's embarrassing how long it's been. Just one thing to note is that while I was on my victory parade, the two Mercedes crashed out. This is what happened. Bottas and Hamilton. Hamilton, I think, had some mechanical issue, but Bottas and Hamilton, they both collided. Bottas's left wheel came off, and then Hamilton, I believe, then got sort of stuck in that. Got the front left that was taken off, and he then retired. So yes, we win the Grand Prix for Sebastian Vettel, second place for Red Bull. Pierre Gasly finishes third. Nico Hülkenberg, good result for him, in fourth place. Perez finishes sixth, and Max Verstappen gets the final point for Ferrari. Alonso, the good news of the championship, no points for him. Ricciardo will be probably disappointed that he could only finish 8th. Raikkonen was 9th. And outside the top 10, Lando Norris and the two Aston Martin Brabhams, Van Dorn and Giotto. Nick de Vries finished 14th. Sainz will be disappointed that he couldn't make more. He had collisions. In the end, only finished 15th. 3 stops. Really killed it off in the end. Although he shows he's got some pace. Magnussen, Fuoco, and then of course Hamilton, Bottas and Giovinazzi failed to finish. So the lead comes down now to just 11 points between myself and Alonso. Perez drops down to third place, and then there's a whole gaggle of cars: Vettel, Leclerc, Hamilton, Verstappen, Ricciardo, Hülkenberg, and then Norris, all separated by just a handful of 6 points there. There really isn't a battle there, although I'll only take one race win for one of those people, and then they'll lift themselves up. In terms of the constructors, Williams are 3,000 light years out in front at this moment at 60 points. Although they only scored 2 points, so the lead is coming down. Ferrari is second. Red Bull move up to third now, ahead of our own team H&M. Renault fourth. Ourselves now up to 6th. Mercedes down to 7th. McLaren 8th, and Alfa Romeo 9th, with Aston Martin, Brabham and Jaguar have yet to score a point, but we'll wait and see. We've still got Monaco and other carnage places to come. So yes, that's going to be it for today's episode of Final Fantasy F1. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you see more episodes of Final Fantasy F1. Just of course remind you it's the final season of this series, so I want to set it out with a bang. It is currently the longest running series, so it will be a shame to move it on the channel, but we must move forwards. As I said, there will be something new. I'll be back later. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be back. I'll definitely be back before. I've got the Phoenix 84 rerun, by the way, I should say, is almost pretty much done. So yes, if there's any last minute videos, however, that you've got any favourite moments of this year on my channel, then let me know in the comments below this or any video, and I'll make sure to get it done. That's going to be it. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy your day. Take care and goodbye.